Hello, and welcome to the Operation Motherhood Podcast. I'm Asia Atchison. I'm a wife and mother of 3, and I'm so excited to have the opportunity to talk to you guys about what I think is one of the most important subjects ever, being a mom. So let's get started. Welcome to episode 6, Mom Talk. We just kind of labeled this one Mom Talk because we're just going to talk about random stuff. I just knew I wanted Macey on so I could give away a Starbucks gift card at the end of this. And so I just kind of brought Macey on and we're just going to talk about some stuff, some real stuff. So you guys gave us some pretty good feedback for the last podcast that I had her on. And I feel like a lot of people kind of could relate to a lot of the things that we had to say. So just go ahead and drop down in the comments if there's something that you want us to talk about or if there's something that you want us to add. So basically I wanted to talk about how parenting it brings both joy and challenges. We kind of talked about this the last time that you were on, but why not feel like you can discuss it all together, you know what I mean? So that you don't feel like you're alone. And because a lot of parenting you do feel like you're alone. Yeah. So, is there anything new that you've learned in the last month from you not being here that you'd like to bring
the last time I told you this when I got here, I said how much I just hated breastfeeding and I didn't understand the joy in it and I didn't understand, why people would like such a thing. I love it now. Yep. It still sucks. Okay. That's not a lie.
To a degree, yeah.
I love,
we said that it's always hard the first couple months.
And people had told me that it was the first, what'd they say, the first 2 months. Well, I got to the 2-month mark and I was like, okay.
I still hate it.
I still don't like this. So what now? And the other day I was just nursing and I'm like, this is so nice that I just have this time with him. I've gotten comfortable with it. He's comfortable. I'm comfortable.
It's more convenient.
I guess I was so caught up in am I doing it right? Is he latched correctly?
Yeah.
I'll tell you one thing. If your child is getting milk, then they're latched.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter. Yep. It might hurt.
And they'll let you know if they're not getting milk or not.
It might hurt and it might not be perfect, but they're still getting milk and that's all that matters. And I was dead set that he wasn't doing it right because he's got the little upper lip tie. Mm-hmm. And I don't know how to fix this. I don't know what to do better. Nothing.
Yeah.
Nothing. You just let him do it.
Yeah.
Babies are very resilient and they will get what they want when they want it. And
oh yeah, there's nothing you can do to stop it. But I also feel like, your body has to go through that change because you've never fed a baby off of your body before. So obviously your nipples get sore and it hurts and you get blisters and you get mastitis and you get, clogged ducts and all that fun stuff.
I still give myself blisters.
Right.
I used the manual pump the other day.
But you automatically think that it's because you're not doing something right, and that's not necessarily true, especially with your first baby.
It's going to happen either way.
Yeah, exactly.
And I will go as far as to say as now that I've done it, I want to do it again.
Yeah.
I want the
that's good. That's
first
a good
times, and I want the the learning process and everything. I feel like I'm better at it now.
You'll be able to be better next time because you know all the struggles that you've been through.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's very
I know
true.
that I can make milk, so I'm going to make it happen.
Exactly. It just in a better way.
Yeah.
And
that,
make it easier.
Comes a joy in itself. You get to provide food for your baby. Mm-hmm. It's a challenge, but it's a joy that you get to do that. Yeah. A lot of people don't get to do that, and I feel for them. Yeah. Because I would be upset feeling like I didn't get to do that.
Well, and that's where mom guilt comes in because you feel like you should be doing something, that everybody is like, oh, are you sure you can't breastfeed? You need to breastfeed. And then whenever you just can't or something goes wrong, then it's like, well, man, I'm not doing something right.
There's some people that just don't want to do it. And that's fine.
Because it does suck.
It does. It does. And if you don't want to put your body there and you're comfortable with formula, more power to you.
Right.
you got to do what you're comfortable with. If that will stress you out to the point that, you know, you feel like you're not caring for your child enough, don't do it.
Yeah.
Don't put yourself in that position to where it's, you know, wreaking havoc on everything else.
Yeah. I don't think that anybody should be shamed if they're doing one way or the other, though.
Mom shaming is awful.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. I think that's one of my topics. Like, I was reading something the other day about like how somebody, it was like on a mom group that I have on Facebook, and they said something about like how they always feel like they're getting judged through other moms because they're not doing it in a particular way. And I'm like, how terrible. How terrible is that somebody else that is literally going through their own struggles can like pinpoint another mom that they don't even know the situation and tell them they're doing something wrong. That's awful.
I watched a TikTok that was like, I'm bored. Might go to a mom group and say that I'm doing like one of the hot topics. Oh gosh.
Oh yeah, something controversial.
Like something absurd. Like might go there and start a riot.
Oh yeah.
It's
and moms are pretty fierce.
They'll come for you.
They will, but I just think that that's just awful. That's so awful.
Oh, I think it was like an anti-vax. Like I'm bored. Might tell people I don't vaccinate my kids. Like, oh god.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Let's start up that riot, please. Oh, just how terrible.
Moms can get crazy. Like I get it, because once you're a mom, like you want
to put your 2 cents in to like educate other moms, and I get that, but like, well, right before we had Archie, I was on this homeopathy Facebook group for moms, and I was like, you know, what can I give Archie for after his circumcision?
Yeah.
And I was like, it was just so traumatic. I said it was so traumatic whenever we did it for Abel, for not only I felt like for Abel, but for me and Shane both, because it was our first boy, and we were just like, oh my gosh.
Did you do the circumcision at the hospital?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Like after 24 hours.
Yeah.
But Shane and I discussed like not circumcising Archie, but then, you know, because we circumcised Abel, and Shane's like, you know, it's a thing that we should probably, you know, it was a big discussion for us, and but the traumatic like process that we went through with Abel, we were like, should we not, like what can calm him, like what can ease the pain, like that's what I was asking like for remedies that, or like medicine, because I don't like Tylenol that young. So like I was trying to like find a solution. So which is why I had the discussion with Shane, even though like I was traumatized after Abel and I was like really hesitant with Archie. He brought light to it, and he was just like, well, I understand where you're coming from. It was a discussion. Yeah. But ultimately he's got the unit. I don't.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. No, I was like, are we circumcising him? And Luke's like, yes. Leave out the word, but yes.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, like whatever. And I didn't know, I guess I have recently watched a video of like, how terrible is this if they put this baby in this machine, or this, like, it's like a restraint chair or something. How terrible that you put your children through this. And I'm like, okay, we have this conversation of it's literally like a changing table that just holds their arms and their legs.
Yeah.
It's soft.
It's not like they're getting freaking held down in an electric chair or anything.
They're not in like a straight jacket or anything. It's literally, they put them there so their arms and stuff aren't moving, so there's no miscut or anything.
Right, exactly.
It's quick, fast.
I know.
Oh, we had no issues. Like, no issues. Was it weird to look at? Yes.
See, but I think that was my issue with Abel. I think I was traumatized because he did have issues. Like he still has issues, like me, like cleaning down there and stuff. And I feel so bad for him because he's ow, and I was like, I don't want to go through that again. Yeah. And then you do research, and then you're like, oh my gosh, should I be doing this? And you don't think of, whenever you've never had a baby boy and it's just the normal thing to do, and then you look into it and you're like, oh my gosh, well, I didn't know that this was a big subject.
I feel like research like hampers anything. Like you just have to go with your gut.
Yeah, which is why I discussed it with Shane. But then I went on this freaking mom's Facebook group, and I just got grilled, and I was like, whoa, I'm not asking for your opinion. This is my child. Like, and this was like 3 weeks before I delivered. So I was like, you know, almost 40 weeks pregnant, and I was just like, screw you guys. Like, you should be there for other moms. You shouldn't be like deeming me bad for something like that.
Some mom groups are
wild. It was mean. I was just like, and I told Shane, I was like, I just got kicked off this, like, I got my post taken down and everything. And then the admin direct messaged me, and she's like, I'm sorry, I had to turn off comments and all this stuff. I was like, that's fine. Wow. I just didn't know that I was in murky water.
Didn't know that was an issue.
Whoa, okay. All right.
People are like, why is it that people feel like they need to have an opinion on what you're doing? Like, I understand helping. Like, you and I help each other.
Right.
If you have an opinion on something, you'll tell me, be like, well, I don't, like,
this is what I did.
I personally didn't do that, but, like, props to you.
Yeah.
Why is that so hard for everybody? I don't understand. Like, you can't just be like, you know what? I respect your difference.
Yeah.
Move on.
Yeah.
Move on. You would think that'd be...
We have a difference of opinion, and that's okay.
You would think that would be the adult thing to do.
Well, but yeah.
More children do that than adults do.
Right, like, exactly. Yeah, I didn't know that was a no topic on Facebook groups. So whether you circumcise or not, it's okay. It's your choice.
I'll let you know right now.
Yeah.
Do you, mama?
Yeah. We all know that parenting is it's a fast-paced game, basically, and things are constantly changing.
Yeah.
So, but you know what I've always noticed? Like, if any mom goes to hold my baby, I'm a lot more comfortable.
Yeah.
Because I know that they've done it. You know what I mean? It's easier to hand your baby off to like another mom, or you're more comfortable with them like picking up your baby.
Yeah. You don't
than like just some random woman that hasn't been a mom or a dude.
I've noticed that I don't even care.
Yeah.
Like when people are like you're like, can I take it? I do not care. Pick my baby up. I don't care. Like, and
it is a respect thing. I feel like, you know, like whenever you came in, I was just like, can I get him out of the car seat? You're just like, yeah. As you're holding Archie.
I don't even knock when I walk in your door anymore. Like, it's one of those.
Why?
We don't have to do that.
Exactly.
No, I've noticed that, like, there's, like, Luke the other day was like, hey, brother and I are going to go to a gun show. And I was like, where's Ellie going? He's like, well, Brittany's going to watch him. Brittany's my sister. And I was like, I love her to death. Love her to death. She's great. I was like, she hasn't even changed his diaper before.
Yeah, so your constant concern, and even though she's competent to do it, it's just like, you're always concerned because...
I was like, what if something goes wrong and she doesn't know how to fix it? Like, none of us are going to be there for her.
Yep.
And Luke's like, it's kind of rude for you to only let your mom watch him. And I'm like...
Moms are way different,
I'm like,
though.
But it's like she's been there and she's done it.
She's acclimated to it.
So, yesterday, Brittany came over and I was like, hey... You want to change his diaper?
Yeah, exactly. That's a better way to kind of throw her into the situation.
She did great. And I was like, okay. Like,
yeah, now you're okay with it.
Now you're good to watch him. Like, I just want to know that, like, you know the way that I do things.
Exactly.
And it's not, like, my way or the highway, but it's just, like, if you know the way that I do it, then you have kind of a guide of how I would like things done.
Yes.
Like, that makes me feel... way better.
Yeah, it makes you feel like you don't have to worry and stress that something's going to go wrong whenever you're away.
Yeah.
Yep, I totally get that. But even though times change and like whenever I first had Aria and like now that you have Owen, like I feel like, you know, I would still be comfortable to leave my kids with you and vice versa because we've done it. We're we're invested in our own children. We know how to do things.
Like even the reverse of it. Before I had kids, if you would have been like, hey, can you watch Aria or Abel? I would have been like,
right.
nervous as hell. But like now I'd be like, yeah, sure, bring them over. I don't care.
Yeah, exactly. Even though times change, if somebody's a mom, you're just so much more comfortable with them like holding your child and being around them.
Inside you that turns on when you're a mom and it doesn't turn back off.
And you really don't have that until you have kids or you're around kids all the time. Because I can't even say like just having kids, because my sister-in-law, Hannah, like she watched the babies constantly growing up. And I felt so comfortable with her, but she was around kids constantly. Yeah, and even though she was like 14 years old when she started watching Aria, I knew that she had things under control.
Competent. She'd done it before.
Exactly. She knew how to do things.
But yeah.
So that's not even like for example, Trey and Kayla, like them fostering these kids, like I was just like, she is going to be amazing at that.
Oh gosh, she could take
even
my
though
kid
they
anytime.
don't have their own kids, they are going to be amazing parents. And I've said that since the get-go. Like I'm like,
she needs a daycare because I would.
Yes, I know, me too. So Kayla, if you're watching this,
start a daycare.
Start a daycare. you have your first 2 clients right here. But also like when you're talking to moms, I would love to get somebody on to talk to them about like older kids.
Yeah.
Like, and you know the different ages of stages, because as a mom, you're constantly going through the same stuff. Yeah. It's just a little bit different.
Or updated or,
exactly.
Different. It's all the same general consensus of how it's done. There's just different things. Like I was talking to you about the baby-led weaning.
Yep.
10 years ago, that was never a thing.
No.
Like no one had.
People would have been like, you're giving your 6-month-old
meat?
Chunks of food?
Meat?
What?
Meat? He doesn't have teeth. You can't chew on anything. Like,
exactly.
That's the point of baby-led
weaning.
weaning.
You're introducing it to them.
You want their jaw to form and
that
textures and just giving them soft foods. I relate it to like giving like animals. If you give them soft foods all the time, their teeth don't have to form.
Exactly.
Like, it's not necessary. So I feel
or it doesn't necessarily clean their teeth
right.
or anything like that.
And they don't get that. They don't know for anything like that.
That's
so
true.
I feel like that's one of the easiest things. That's why I've looked into baby-led weaning to begin with, because
it's awesome. I love it.
It's a different way of doing it where you're not feeding them mushed, processed stuff.
And like I said, even whenever I didn't do baby-led weaning with like Aria and Abel, I made all of my baby food. Like I would buy fruits and vegetables and I'd steam them and then I'd puree them and then I'd like freeze them in blocks and put them in my freezer and then I'd thaw them out. And
you're a champ.
Like it was a lot, but I knew I didn't want to do like all the baby food and it got like I'm sure that would get expensive too.
Oh yeah.
I mean, I got so many more portions out of like just buying a freaking head of broccoli rather, you know what I mean? But whenever I baby-led wean with Archie, it was really nerve-wracking at first because you're like, oh my gosh, is he gonna choke? Like I need to be around whenever he's, putting food in his mouth. But it is so easy now, and I feel like we waste a lot less food now.
I'm getting to the point. I've never been a cooker.
Now you have to.
Now, ever since we moved into the house, I have more of a kitchen. Yeah. So I wanted to start cooking because, we're permanent. This is our forever home. Right. So it sounds stupid when you say it out loud, but I didn't want to cook in my old house because we weren't staying there. It doesn't make sense, but in my head,
I just wasn't home.
No, I never wanted to cook there. I never wanted to do anything there. I wanted to, even when I didn't have a baby, I didn't want to do anything. I literally worked all these hours.
Well, yeah, I mean, I wouldn't, if I worked 90 hours a week, I probably wouldn't want to do anything or cook either.
But it got so expensive, and Luke's like, why don't you cook? I'm like, effort.
Yeah, well, it takes up more time that you just don't have.
Yeah. And now, this week, we went to the grocery store together.
Good.
I planned out all of our meals.
That's awesome.
And
that's the way to do it, too.
Oh. And if I didn't cook for an Ethiopian village, it would be a lot easier. However, I don't know how to portion control. I made beef and broccoli.
Ethiopian village.
Literally. I made beef and broccoli. Asia, I have 6 containers.
Holy
full
crap.
Of beef and broccoli. Does that make sense?
Nope. I mean, you guys just... are built to have multiple children.
I swear, like, there's no reason that we shouldn't, because
I have to cook. Like, we have an Ethiopian village because I'm feeding 5 people. And Archie and Aria eat more than Shane and I do combined. Not kidding.
Will my kid do that? Yes, absolutely. He's a big fat baby.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
But now that I'm cooking, I'm like, okay. Like, I'm more comfortable and I'm ready to be able to cook for my baby and not just buy a processed jar of food that probably doesn't even taste that good.
I read something the other day that, like, there was, like, toxic leads in baby foods that are supposed to be organic, and I was just like, well, I'm glad I never used those.
Listen, there is bullshit in bullshit.
Oh, like, it's in everything.
Everything.
Yeah. It's probably on the vegetables that I steamed and freaking pureed and all
everything.
Stuff.
The next day, literally, the ever-changing times, like, there's something going to come out every single day. This is toxic. This is bad for you. This is terrible.
Exactly.
You can't have vegetables anymore because it creates too much fiber in your body or something. There's something stupid. Yeah, every single day.
That sounds right.
Every
too
single
much
day.
Fiber. One of my clients said something about bananas putting too much potassium in their body, so now their doctor told them to cut out all bananas and potatoes because they had too much potassium in their body. And I'm like, I thought potassium was a good thing.
You got me messed up if you think I'm cutting out potatoes. You got me messed up. I like potatoes in all their beautiful forms.
Are you kidding me? That keto crap with no carbs? Pfft, not doing that.
Carbs own my heart. They own my heart.
I
have a husband. I have a son. I have dogs, but carbs. They're there.
They aren't going anywhere.
Nope.
For the rest of my life. They're stuck with me.
They own me. They own me.
Oh gosh.
I couldn't do keto. I can't.
I tried. And I like certain keto meals.
I like the keto fat bombs because they're full of fat. It's my favorite thing.
See, I like stir fries and I like all that stuff, but
I do like keto for the fact that they encourage cheese.
Oh, I love
cheese.
That. Yeah, cheese is another one. It's like carbs.
Hard stolen.
Yep.
Cheese and potatoes. Get me.
Freaking sandwich with cheese and ham on it today.
And
it was beautiful because I've been fasting. So like by noon, I'm just freaking ravished. So I'm like, I'm breaking my fast with this huge sandwich.
Yeah, big. See, I don't know what this is. I don't know if it was not really my childhood, because my mom fed us like perfect stuff.
Every time I go over to her house, she's like giving me stuff.
She's the greatest cook on the planet.
You don't have to give me stuff every time I come over. She's like, yes, I do.
Greatest cook on the planet. She makes meals for me all the time, and they're
amazing,
like, delectable. Don't know. I missed that.
Yeah,
I didn't get it in my genes.
You didn't have to do it.
No, I didn't. She makes this amazing food. So I can't say that I got this from my childhood, because I never ate it in my childhood. But a big old like ham and cheese sandwich with some Doritos on it.
Ooh. See, I'm not a fan of Doritos. I wish I was, because that sounds good.
I'm bad with Doritos.
I don't like Doritos, but that sounds good.
I love Doritos. Chips on a sandwich.
See, I like salt and vinegar. That's the only type of chip that I like. But I think it's because I grew up not, like, my mom didn't have any pop in the house. No, we had milk and water, and then we never had, like, snacks.
We didn't even have milk.
She never did snacks. Because if she would buy snacks, they would be gone.
Which was probably a good thing, because milk and I love milk. It doesn't love me.
Mm-hmm. That's with a lot of people, I feel like, though.
And I'm pretty sure my mom called that from like day one, which is why we didn't have milk in the house.
Oh, really? That's funny.
She fed me so good all the time. And then I grew up thinking that I missed out on all these foods. I didn't.
No.
I just missed out on junk.
Yes,
and
exactly.
So
same.
I moved out and like,
you eat all this processed crap,
everything.
And then you're like, oh, I don't feel as good as I used to.
That's like now, I don't want to spend the money on it.
Oh, I know. And it does seem like it's more expensive. I mean, everything's more expensive.
Everything. Right? But now that I cook, like, I pack my lunch for work. Mm-hmm. And I think it's really funny because now that I pack every day.
Nice.
Now that I'm on first shift.
Well, yeah, you're making food for an Ethiopian village,
Yeah,
so you might as well
literally.
pack your leftovers.
No, like, now that I pack, I think back to when I was on second shift. Mm-hmm. I would go to the gas station and buy snack food.
Yeah.
All kinds of snack food. And then we would still order food or something. I'm
Yeah.
like, how did I eat out so often? And now, like, I have a baby, and apparently I'm like an adult now.
Well, and I think that has a lot to do with it. Once you have like kids that you have to feed and stuff,
Yeah.
you're more like, oh, I don't want to feed them that crap. But
Yeah.
you're okay with just grabbing it for yourself.
Yeah.
Like, oh, I'll eat it, but I don't want to give that to my kid.
Yeah, that's another whole hot topic that the mom guilt that stresses you out when people are like, oh,
That's what you're giving your child?
you're breastfeeding, that's what you're doing? Like,
I
I had Taco Bell once and someone's like, oh.
That's going to hurt your baby's belly.
I'm like, let me eat.
Like, you're lucky I'm even eating right now.
I was pregnant and all I wanted was fruits and vegetables. Let me eat like crap for a minute.
Yeah. I think that whenever you're breastfeeding, like all that stuff filters out of your body before it gets to your milk anyway. For the most part, I do think that.
Granted, when I was eating copious amounts of Frank's Red Hot sauce for no apparent reason.
Well, that's going to give you just heartburn.
Yeah. That one was bad.
Yeah.
But now we're to the point where, like, everything's evened out.
Yeah.
Now that I am not taking the prenatals.
Yeah. I never took prenatals after I delivered. I always took them up until delivery, and then I stopped.
I didn't even take them when you know how terrible I am with taking pills.
Oh, yeah. I lived with you for a while. The birth control thing was an issue for you. Which you apparently didn't need.
Nope. Nope. I'm pretty sure the birth control is what gave me PCOS, which is optimal.
That's another, like, birth control is another controversial subject because that's why I can't take it anymore. After I had Aria, they put me on a birth control that I could nurse with, and it changed my mood completely. Really? Like, I was just a nightmare to be around. I
haven't even tried it.
And I haven't been on it since.
I asked for the shot because they had asked me, and I was like, yeah, I know that, like, I want to do birth control.
Yeah, just not a pill.
No.
Not a pill.
I won't take it.
Because I'm not going to take it.
I won't take it.
Yeah, I know. Like you said, I live with you.
The most consistent I've been is taking, like, my lactation pills and stuff.
Well, I mean, because you're doing that all the time.
That is the most consistent I've been. Otherwise, forget it.
Yeah.
Forget it.
Yeah.
I'm not good at it. I don't want to be good at it. I don't like pills. I don't like being dependent on anything.
They make me want to throw up.
Yeah. Well, like the casings.
Oh, yes.
Just my stomach doesn't tolerate it.
I've been trying to, like, do vitamins in the morning.
Yeah.
And I instantly take them. And then I feel, like, nauseous, like I'm going to throw up. I'm going to be like, no. I just don't want to take those anymore because they make me want to throw up. It literally brings my PTSD of morning sickness.
Oh.
Yeah.
I never had that.
I had that with Archie. That was the only kid that I got really sick with the first, 3 months.
I had the princess pregnancy.
I know you did.
I had the princess pregnancy.
We discussed this the last time. I got very jealous.
I lost weight.
Yeah.
Because he only wanted fruits and vegetables, which was fine.
And you were eating better.
I lost weight. I was eating better. My skin was great.
Yep.
No morning sickness. Like, I felt so
You didn't have to go through a delivery?
Nope.
Because they just took him right out of your belly.
Good old emergency exit door in use. She's pre-primed.
Granted, you were put on a bunch of meds, but that's about the only bad part about it.
The girl that hates medication gets put on every single one.
Every single one.
Thank you.
And your body just completely rejected it.
Yeah, didn't like it. Didn't like it. They said, we need to get your blood pressure down. And my body said,
Yep.
Joke's on you, friends.
All right, so the last little piece of business is the giveaway. Raffle spin, and Macey, because I am recording on my phone, so I couldn't, like, do it in front of you guys, but I have Macey as witness, and she's got a picture of who won with
I don't
the little
know
wheel thing.
Show it on here.
But the winner of the $25 Starbucks card, it's Paige Perry. So I will get that gift card to you as soon as possible. I will be doing another $25 Starbucks gift card. Well, I think I might do Target this time since we brought up Target in the...
That'd be a good one.
Yeah, in the podcast. So I'll do a $25 Target gift card this time, the next time Macey's on. So there were only 8 people that commented on a podcast episode and then liked the Facebook page or the Instagram page. So make sure that you do that this time. It doesn't have to be this episode. It can be any of the previous ones. But make sure that you do that to get entered into the next giveaway, which is the Target gift card. So I appreciate you guys. And
get you some Target.
Yeah. Thanks for watching. And I'm sure I'll be getting more people on. And I'm pretty sure I've got Shane talked into coming on. So he might be my next guest.
Oh boy.
So wish me luck.
Listen, that'll be good.
But so yeah, definitely make sure you're commenting and you are liking the Facebook and Instagram page. Also, I will be having more information on shirts next week. So keep an eye out for that. So thank you very much, guys. See ya.
Bye.
Make sure to subscribe and you're set up to be notified for more episodes. Thank you for your support, and I'll see you guys next week.